If you're having trouble scaling your business or increasing revenue, chances are it's time for some process improvement. Let me guess, several times a week, you find yourself doing those tasks or those things in your business that you just can't trust someone else to do. Or maybe you're ready to unload some of your responsibilities and turn it over to someone else, but you just don't know how to. And if you don't fall in any one of those categories, then you probably are trying to find ways to make your business more efficient, reduce your process timeline or production timeline on your services. And if you don't fall into one of those categories, then you're probably to a point where you're trying to identify places to increase efficiency, reduce your timeline from production to completion, or you're just ready to eliminate inefficiencies within inside your organization. Trust me, you are not alone in this regard. I struggle with these too, and I built an entire agency around addressing these types of problem sets for entrepreneurs and businesses. Hey, entrepreneurs and business owners. My name is Kyle Johnson. I'm the founder and CEO of Steady Force Solutions. And today we're going to talk about SOPs and process refinement and process improvement. Now, you may be wondering, why are SOPs or process improvement even a concern to me right now? I'm hustling, I'm working my butt off, and I'm really trying to take my business from a startup into the stable position of a business, or transition from stability into that next level of growth. Right now, you're probably trying to balance the satisfaction of your clients or your customers and balance that high demand that they're putting on you and your business, while also dealing with limited time and resources. Well, the truth is, not focusing on SOP development or process and system improvements is hurting your bottom line. It's cutting into your ability to duplicate results and generate more revenue. So why are SOPs important? Let's talk about it. Number one, they provide consistency. SOPs ensure that a process or a task is performed the same way every single time. They simplify and improve your quality control. Number three, they help maintain and increase compliance. When companies or different industries are required to meet a specific set of standards by an outside governing agency, SOPs can help define those elements, synchronize them across your organization, and can ensure that you stay within those requirements by outlining it in your standard operating procedures. Number four, it increases training efficiency and reduces the training timeline. Because you have a system that you have documented, and you can now duplicate that process every time, which helps your training team increase its speed. As well, it helps your new talent or new employees reduce their training timeline because they have something they can reference all the time. Number five, increase in efficiency. SOPs streamline your processes. They reduce the amount of errors that occur or rework that is required, and they improve productivity. Number six, and this could be a big one for you, it increases safety. The proven process and documenting of how things are done increases safety for your employees, for your customers, and it can keep you out of legal liability situations. Number seven, continuity. SOPs help to maintain continuity through the transition periods of business, whether that's employee turnover, addition of products and services, or branches. They can help reduce the confusion as you implement new elements to your business. So when we talk about process or system improvement, SOPs play a vital role in the improvement because they outline or guide your team through different processes or systems or tasks that are conducted inside your organization. For example, in my military career, we had a process in the way we conducted an attack on the enemy. The military understands that at any time, numerous amounts of variables can present themselves, like new soldiers, transitioning units, soldiers moving from one unit to another, or allied forces, or environmental enemy scenarios changing. So they create SOPs for generally everything. And because soldiers are required to operate in symphony with foreign units, new soldiers, adjacent units, we must have a understanding of how we are going to conduct our business, and our elements to our left and right are going to conduct their elements. And we also must understand how the adjacent units or the allied units are going to conduct their operations. So the military decided to create SOPs specifically designed for different versions of attacks or defenses or any other processes that are commonly duplicated throughout a military force. This enables a safe learning environment and safe execution. It's efficient and effective because it creates duplicatable results time after time, regardless of the different variables that get plugged into the scenario. And of course, it creates continuity because no matter what soldier goes from one unit to the next, they understand that the standard way to conduct X, Y, or Z is done through the SOP that they learned at their previous unit. And the power of SOPs, it gives you the ability to scale your operations, to scale your business over and over and over again. So by now, you probably have an understanding of what SOPs are, how they tie into the process improvement, and you've probably started to realize some of the things that are inside your organization now that either don't have any documented processes or SOPs or no defined way of how something's done, and you understand what we need to now add to your business in order for it to grow. So let's dive into documenting our processes and how we create SOPs. There are many ways to do this, but here's a great way that has worked for me and my clients. Number one, identify. You have to identify the task or the process that you want to capture. Number two, you got to map it out. This is either writing down or listing all the steps that happen from the beginning of the process or the task to the very end. Some people like to draw this out graphically. That's okay too. But the important thing is that you have a conversation with your subject matter experts on this task or this process so you don't miss anything. Okay, so once you've mapped it out, step 3 is expand those steps. At this point, you're going to write a clear and concise description of all those points that you just mapped out in step 2. It's important to use simple language and use active voice. Overcomplicating, fluffing your SOPs can create confusion to the new team member coming into your organization. Number 4, now this could be any special notes pertaining to a task. It could be precautions, it could be warnings. And you do this in a separate area because when you're documenting and expanding upon the steps, you really want to keep exactly that in that section. Now, the reason you want to keep additional notes on the next step after expanding upon each step is because you want to keep the pure process from start to finish organic and in the raw. The additional notes that you add to it should be supplementary or should be to emphasize either safety or legal or regulatory requirements. Number 5, add the materials that are required to complete that task or that process. This could be software, this could be actual, hand tools if you're in a manual labor job force, all kinds of things. Now, number 6, you won't always have, but sometimes it's great to add into your SOP, and that's additional resources. That could be other educational reading or YouTube videos, things that add to the situational awareness and the understanding of the process that you're trying to document. Okay, so on to step number 7, and this is where we start testing. Once we have something that on paper looks to be everything that you need to capture, how to do it, where to do it, safety, all those things, it's time to start testing it. And generally, you want to test in a low-risk environment. It's also great to test these SOPs with individuals who are unfamiliar with what you're trying to document, like a new employee or like another member from the marketing team if you're working in an operations or you're working in the manual labor portion of your business. Number 8 is approving your SOP. So once you've tested this from the perspective of the new user, the manager, and the SOP creator, and everyone agrees that this is a sufficient document, you're ready to actually approve it. Number 9, and probably one of the steps that gets skipped all the time, is publishing and disseminating the information. It does you no good to spend all this time creating something to improve your organization if you're not going to ensure that it gets out to your workforce. And number 10, the last step is supervise and refine, or review the SOP on the regular as your business grows or as variables change within either the industry or how you conduct your business. You want to make sure that you're constantly updating that. And that could be every 6 months, once a year, to ensure that it stays relevant and stays a useful document within your company. Okay, so now you know how to document, disseminate, and duplicate the important elements of your business. This knowledge is powerful. It can lead to a business that can duplicate results, reduce training, scale its operations, and increase revenue. Additionally, this will likely drastically increase your customer satisfaction because you're reducing errors, you're duplicating results. So don't keep pushing off process development, process improvement, and SOPs. They are a massive money multiplier for you and your business. In fact, I would challenge you to take a look at what you currently do and then implement SOPs and tell me if it doubles your revenue. Come back in 6 months to a year and let me know if it's actually having a positive effect on your business. Okay, so I hope this helps you create scalability and stability within your business. And if you check below in the video description, you'll find a few additional links or resources that could make this process a lot easier for you. And I appreciate your time. I'll see you guys next week. We always drop videos between Thursday and Saturday. So don't forget to like, subscribe, click that little bell notification. Drop some comments below and let me know what kind of topics you guys want to learn about next. And remember, we define problem sets, we determine solutions, and we execute success. I'll see you guys next time.